In this video, I'm going to give you 12 tips on how to succeed with the Couch to 5K program. As well as a complete explanation of the 9-week program, I'm also going to share with you the essential preparation, motivation, and beginners running tips that will allow you to successfully complete the Couch to 5K program where others often fail. Hi, I'm Stuart and welcome to Living Your Best Life 101. If it's your first time here and you'd like more simple tips for better health, wealth and happiness, then remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to get notified of new videos every week. But with that said, let's cut straight to the chase, shall we? So whether it's a New Year's resolution to get fit and lose a few kilos, or whether you just want to start taking better care of your health, running is a fantastic option for loads of reasons. First of all, it's cheap and relatively easy. There's no need to get any specialised skills or equipment, and there's no need to pay for a gym membership. You can do it more or less wherever and whenever you like. And the list of benefits for your health is extensive. Why not tell me in the comments section below why you want to start running? So the Couch to 5K program is an excellent way to go from being a non-runner to a competent regular exerciser. But before we get too carried away, here's the hard truth. Whilst Couch to 5K has worked for tens of thousands of new runners, there are also plenty who don't see it through and never succeed in running the 5Ks. And there are lots of reasons why this happens. But in this video, I aim to help you make sure that you do succeed and avoid the pitfalls that can lead to failure. And so for that reason, I'll be giving you 12 helpful hints to keep you on track, so to speak, as I walk and run you through the program. So let's get into it, shall we? I'm sourcing the good old British National Health Service version of the program, and you can find a link to it in the description box below. You can also download a PDF that I've created if you want to print it out, stick it on your fridge and cross off each of the runs as you complete them each week. So let's take a look at the program week by week and get into those all-important hints and tips that are going to ensure your success. So for your 3 runs in week 1, you begin as always with a brisk 5-minute walk to warm up. After this, you'll alternate 1 minute of running with 1.5 minutes of walking, repeating this sequence 8 times for a total of 20 minutes. So as in any new undertaking, preparation is key. As the saying goes, fail to prepare, prepare to fail. And we don't want that. So we need to plan and organise ourselves properly. So for that reason, tip number 1. First of all, you should consult your doctor before starting the program, especially if you haven't got much of an exercise history or you've been a long time without doing any exercise. Also, I'd advise walking the 5Ks before even starting the program so that your body knows a bit more of what to expect, and you can also plan your route, but more on this later. Tip number 2, the correct clothing and footwear are really important to ensure that you're comfortable and that you avoid any possible injuries. Thin, breathable sportswear is advisable but not essential. But I'd always have a couple of thin layers on top so that you can take one off if you start to feel a bit too hot. And of course, well-fitting running trainers with plenty of shock-absorbing support in the sole are crucial. I've provided some links in the description box below of some good quality and reasonably priced options if you're new to this scene or you're just in need of some new gear. For your 3 runs in week 2, again you'll warm up with a brisk 5-minute walk. After this you'll alternate 1.5 minutes of running with 2 minutes of walking and repeat this sequence 6 times for a total of 21 minutes. Tip number 3, plan your route with little or no incline and try to stick to it for every run. Firstly, because different routes are possibly going to have differing amounts of incline and or difficulty, which will be counterproductive for this program. Also, the familiarity of a repetitive route can, believe it or not, increase motivation, especially as you start to get used to the distance and the feel of the 5Ks. For those who think this is going to be repetitive and boring, you can of course vary the route if you like, but try to always find a flat or minimally inclined route and use an exercise monitor with a reliable GPS system to track your distance. Personally, I've had more expensive fitness watches in the past, but after my last one died, I went for a much cheaper alternative that I'd previously bought for my kids, the Xiaomi Mi Band 5, which is an excellent, inexpensive alternative with bags of features, which as you progress with your running can really help you to keep you motivated as your fitness level develops further. There's a link below in the description box if you'd like to go through to Amazon and take a closer look at it. It's something I use personally, and for the price I don't think you'll find anything better on the market. And when I check it against my chest heart rate monitor, it's really accurate as well. Tip number 4, try to buddy up and do the program with somebody else if possible. Having a training partner for any kind of exercise program is a massive advantage for both of you, especially where motivation and accountability are concerned. For your 3 runs in week 3, you warm up as usual with the 5-minute walk, then 2 repetitions of 1.5 minutes of running, 1.5 minutes of walking, and 2 repetitions of 3 minutes of running and 3 minutes of walking. Tip number 5, set out your preferred routine for running and rest days and then try to stick to it. So try to run every 2 days, for example Monday, Wednesday and Friday. But also don't panic if you miss a session and get out of sequence. Just continue until you get back on track, even if the program takes you longer. The ultimate goal after all is running the 5Ks. The 9 weeks are just a guide to get you there. If it takes you a bit longer, then it's really no big deal. Also, be realistic here. You're already starting a new routine of exercising 3 times a week. Try not to overload yourself by adding to that another new routine of getting out of bed an hour earlier to do the running, as I think you're simply asking for trouble. Especially if it's winter time or if you're not exactly an early bird. I understand that you'll have to fit in your running around your personal routine and commitments, but try to choose a time that's realistically doable for you. For your 3 runs in week 4, after the 5-minute warm-up walk, it's 3 minutes of running, 1.5 minutes of walking. 5 minutes of running, 2.5 minutes of walking. 3 minutes of running, 1.5 minutes of walking, and then 5 minutes of running to finish. Now, although it's not included in the NHS programme, whenever you finish one of your runs with running, I would actually add on to that at least 3 minutes of walking. Okay, the reason for that is to bring your heart rate down slowly and gradually. It's much better and much safer for your heart. Okay? Tip number 6, before starting the programme, be very clear in defining your goals, as well as the obvious one of completing the 5Ks. For example, maybe you'd like to fit into that dress or that pair of jeans. Perhaps you'd like to drop a waist size or lose X amount of kilos. Try to make these goals measurable so that you can see if you've achieved them or not. But also be realistic. Don't aim for too much all at once. You're trying to start or maybe recreate a habit that we hope is going to last for the rest of your life and not just be a fad or a quick fix. Test your resting heart rate using a Fitwatch if you've got one, or you could just count your beats per minute for 60 seconds by taking your pulse. This is an excellent indicator of the health and strength of your heart, and it should drop as you get fitter. Take a photo of yourself in your underwear before starting the programme, or take your waist measurement, and remember to record all of this information. Then measure and photograph yourself again after completing the programme so that you can see your progress. You could even do this at intervals throughout the programme, say after 3, 6 and 9 weeks. Looking at this as a long-term project with immediate, short, mid and long-term goals will make it much more likely to be a success. In part 2 of the video, I'll be going through weeks 5 to 9 of the programme and sharing more really helpful advice on how to complete it successfully, so don't miss that. But for now, I hope you've enjoyed this first part, and bye for now.